I had a homeboy, man. Shout out to my boy Jay. You know what I'm saying? He was, one of the goons in the studio, just talking. And he was saying some stuff. I was like, man, put him in the booth, boy. He two-turned. He was on the drink. I was like, put him in the booth. And he just went in the booth and just was going crazy. Man, Drumma, boy, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, boy, listen to this track, bitch. I was like, oh. And after he did what he did, I chopped it, sampled it, put it into the beats, and it's been history since, you know what I'm saying? Being classically trained means you can actually read sheet music. I could actually play in the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. As far as fundamentals, playing clarinet, I've been able to play by ear, I've been able to read by sheet music, I've been able to improvise, and it's all about, the fundamentals, understanding key, understanding scales, progressions, and as well being able to read articulations. And that's one thing that I got from my father. My father's first chair clarinetist in the Memphis Symphony Orchestra for 40 years, and he was also professor at the University of Memphis. So it was kind of like, that's what I was born into, you know what I mean? I never had a babysitter or whatnot, so I would go to all of the rehearsals, all the operas, all the Nutcrackers, performances and whatnot, and it was just night and day for me. By 5, I was able to identify certain instruments, the clarinet, or that's a viola, or that's a cello, or that's a bass bassoon, or whatever. So, the fundamentals of that aspect has allowed me to take my career to another level as far as musically being able to produce jazz, orchestral, EDM, trap, bluegrass, country, you name it, we can do it. And we're working on several different TV shows as well. So, as well as movie scores. So it's just a blessing, man, doing something that you're passionate about, being able to compose, arrange, make beats for fun. It's fun, man. It's just a blessing. I was starting off making beats as a hobby, so whether I was making music doing this or not, or making money doing this or not, I'll be doing it. I hung in University of Memphis as long as I could. I got kicked out due to unattendance and never looked back. You know what I mean? Me and my dad made a bet, actually, when he found out I was kicked out. Like, man, you ain't Drumma, boy. You ain't gonna, all right, since you making so much money, show me $100,000 in your bank account. Cause I pulled out like 10,000 cash talking smack, like, yeah, man, you don't know who Drumma Boy is, man. I got 10 G's right here. Nah. He's like, man, you ain't got no debit card. You ain't got no credit. You can't buy the house you want. If your mama want a car, you can't get her the car. It's like, damn. So 10 months later, I came back with $100,000 in the bank, and man, we've been best friends since. Coming out of Memphis, one of the first records that put me on the radio was a record I did called Tennessee for Tila. That was like my first major label placement. I was 16 in high school, got $2,500 a beat, did 3 beats on the album, so a $7,500 check, 16 in high school. That was like my startup. And then I paid my mom back for all the equipment she financed for me, and started producing some more. Started passing out CDs throughout the city of Memphis, barbershops, nail salons, anywhere where they're listening to music, all the clothing stores. And through that's how I got connected with the fashion world, and through that's how I got connected with Player Fly, A-Ball MJG, Yo Gotti, and bumping into Yo Gotti. His first album was called Life. From there, I got a phone call from Block ENT, like, yo, we working on Boys in the Hood. I did 2 on that particular track. Got a phone call from Puff, like, yo, this look is crazy. So go look at Boys in the Hood, the first album. I did Look, and I did Trap Niggas. Those 2 particular songs got me a call from Jeezy, and Jeezy was like, yo, I'm working on my solo project from Boys in the Hood. Through that, I did Standing Ovation. That was my first platinum plat. From there, I got a phone call from Plies. I did Shawty, T-Pain, and that was like my first big platinum record. From there, we did White Girl, Jeezy, I Put On, featuring Kanye West for Jeezy. Lose My Mind, Me Okay. I'ma Do Me, Rocco. No Hands was huge, Waka Flocka featuring Roscoe Dash and Wale. Here I Am, Rick Ross and Nelly featuring Avery Storm. Money to Blow, Birdman featuring Drake, Lil Wayne. And most recently we did the Look at My Dad record for Migos. Having Hillary Clinton dabbing, having everybody dabbing, it was a pretty cool thing. After that, August Alsina calls. We do No Love featuring Nicki Minaj. Platinum, so it's definitely a blessing to be able to provide for all of these artists and to deliver for so many labels. My strategy is always the same, in relationships. Know the artist, you know what I mean? Like, why know the manager, why know the A&R when you can know the artist, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be on Jeezy album if I didn't know Jeezy. I wouldn't be on 7th Streeter album if I didn't know 7. I wouldn't be on Keisha album if I didn't know Keisha. So, my formula is all about knowing the artist, making sure, you have a relationship with the people you're working with, or else it's kind of pointless, just emailing beats or sending through a manager. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Of course, I've emailed beats. Of course, I've sent beats to management and A&Rs. But eventually, I'm making it mandatory. When they call me and say, hey, I need the files for this beat or I need the splits for this beat, guess what? Okay, I'm delivering it myself. And until then, you won't see me. You know what I mean? Put me in front of the artist, I'll be there. Until then, I'm not coming. So you gotta like have a demand in a certain way you move with your material, like, you know what I mean? As well as having a contract in place before they even get the splits, having the check and all of that in processing before we even, you know, do certain things. So it's gotta be a give-take situation. If you want me, you're gonna get me, you know what I mean? Me personally, I just produced my first EDM trap instrumental called Hulk Smash Remix, and that's to me where it's going. I'm doing like a lot more open format music. I'm doing a lot of more beats just for, you know, multicultural parties, open format parties and whatnot. So definitely check it out, Hulk Smash Remix. We're going crazy on iTunes, Spotify right now. Dan Bilzerian did a big lifestyle app, used our music behind it. And you know, we just recently did a cool meeting with Marvel, you know what I'm saying? So definitely check out Hulk Smash Remix, Drumma Boy. This is my first pop EDM smash. And I'm just laying the crumbs down. You gotta follow the trail. I can't tell you where I'm gonna take music though. I cannot give you my secret, but keep up with me.